Hey guys, I live in Zone 7A and it is a never-ending battle with mosquitoes. Now, over the years, I've used a lot of different mosquito repellents, and I think one of my favorites is the one I'm mixing up today. I just ran out of it, so I thought this would be a great time to make a video showing exactly how to make this 3-ingredient mosquito repellent. It also does great for gnats and other insects too that tend to bite in the late evening or sometimes the early morning. So let's go into the greenhouse and I'll show you exactly how to mix this up. It's super simple. And I personally believe this may be the best smelling mosquito repellent in the world. So often I will use this painter's tape to label bottles if I'm not using a toxic product. Now this 3-ingredient formula is super easy to make, and so I'm going to show you how to put it together. We're only going to need 3 things. First thing is going to be pure cinnamon oil. You want to use this in smaller quantities because it can irritate the skin. Some people may have an allergic reaction to it, so you want to test it on a very small area of your skin before you spray it all over your arms because it could be a problem. The second ingredient you're going to use is you're going to use pure vanilla extract. And the last ingredient is actually 2 separate things you could try. I'm using just regular vodka today, but you can use witch hazel. If you're a teetotaler, you could use witch hazel. But I think the vodka helps the shelf stability and it lasts longer. So those are the 3 ingredients today. Now, the one thing I haven't talked about, and I guess you could say this is the 4th ingredient, is filtered or pure water. You could use well water. You could use distilled water, but you just want it to be pure water that doesn't have any impurities in it. Now, everything I'm using today, I'll put a link to it in the description. And these spray bottles, I think I buy them by the case and they're very reasonably priced. So I'll put a link to that as well. But we're going to use just a common spray bottle, pure cinnamon oil. And on this, we're going to put 1 teaspoon, not tablespoon, but teaspoon, because cinnamon oils can be irritating to the skin. So you want to make sure that you don't use a tablespoon, just a smaller amount there. Now, if you know for a fact you're allergic to cinnamon, obviously, you ingest it and you have a reaction to it, obviously you don't want to put it on your skin either. But if you don't know whether you are or not allergic to it, or you just want to do a test, just spray it on your wrist and wait 24 hours. If you have a reaction to it, your skin is red, or you have a little bit of itchiness, obviously you may have a cinnamon allergy and you don't want to use a large quantity of that everywhere on your body. But if you know you're not allergic to it, or if you tested that and you can go ahead and use it, you'll find that this is a great smelling insect repellent and it lasts all day long. For me, I don't like to use these industrial sprays, but I have used them many times in the past because I didn't have an alternative. That's why I'm putting together different alternative methods to use in all of these products. That's why I'm doing really like I'm trying to challenge myself to do a 30-day different recipe every day that I can do for the channel. Can't always succeed. Yesterday we were rained out, so I couldn't do it, but I'm just going to try to keep up with doing that 1 a day. I may upload more than 1 a day on these, so if you see more than 1 video coming up, you'll know it's just a series of recipes I've got coming up on the channel. So now we have our cinnamon oil in there. I'm going to move on to the next ingredient here, which is vanilla extract. Now our next ingredient is the vanilla extract. We're going to do a full tablespoon of that. And we're going to mix that in there. And the smell already is incredible. If you like the smell of vanilla and cinnamon like I do, you'll love both of these. So the last thing we're going to use, now like I said before, witch hazel or vodka will work. I think vodka will help you have a longer shelf life. So again, if you don't want to use vodka, if you're a teetotaler, just go with the witch hazel. But I think this right here will help your shelf stability for a lot longer period of time. Now you can mix this in a mixing bowl, or as I'm doing, I'm just mixing it directly in the bottle, so I can just add the water to it. And wow, the smell is great. And I think this will really help you with your mosquito issues in your yard. Vanilla itself has insect repelling properties in of its own, so just that alone would probably work. But I think the vanilla and the cinnamon work together and it makes a much better combination. Now, as I mentioned before, you want to use distilled water, well water, some type of really pure water. The reason I don't suggest using a water that's been added is because most of the time city waters are going to have fluorides and chlorines in them. So I would recommend that you use something that's been purified, spring water. And you're going to do about a cup and a half to fill this particular container, but I'd say about a cup and a half. And the important thing is, each time you use this, you're going to want to make sure that you shake it really well, because you want to mix it, because there's going to be a certain amount of separation of the oils and the water. So we're just going to gently shake it each time you use it, turn it upside down, and just make sure that it doesn't have the separation, because it'll lose a lot of its effect and it won't work quite as well. Now, as far as storage goes, I think the best place to keep this is in your fridge, and that way it will extend the storage life up to possibly up to 2 months, maybe even for the entire summer, maybe 3 to 4 months. But just remember that if you keep this in a hot place like your greenhouse or your storage shed or in your garage, it's not going to last near as long. So I would say just keep it on the top shelf in your refrigerator. Make sure you have it properly labeled so someone doesn't think it's some type of salad dressing and spray it on their salad there. But it really does work well. I ran out of my formulation earlier today, and as soon as I stopped using it, the mosquitoes come back and start attacking me. I sprayed myself, and the mosquitoes instantly are not bothering me anymore. So I think that's one of the best things you can use as far as being organic and safe, unless you have an allergic reaction, or if you know you have allergies, you definitely don't want to use this. But I think the vodka is one of the keys to extending the shelf life. You can, like I said, if you're a teetotaler, just use the witch hazel, but I think this will really keep the mosquitoes away. If you know that you have a slight allergy and it's not anything severe, you can spray your clothes with it before you put it on, and then put your clothes on, and then the smell will be around you, and that should keep the mosquitoes away. But remember, you don't want to breathe this in, especially if you have allergies. That could cause a problem. You don't want to spray it on your face. You might spray it on your hands and then rub it on your face, because spraying it in your face, that cinnamon gets in your eyes. You're going to really regret doing that. So just remember to get it on your face, just spray it on your hands, rub the backs of your necks, your ears, your forehead, and then that way you don't have to worry about getting it into your sinuses or into your eyes, which would be very irritating with cinnamon. You know, it's very powerful as a cinnamon, but it works really great on keeping mosquitoes off of you. So guys, this is a shorter video than regular. I just wanted to throw this out there because this is something that I'm actually using in the garden today. It's just one of those things that I've been doing. I've been doing formulas for years and years. I think the first time I started using garden formulas was in the late 90s. So I think that finding an alternate organic way to do something is really a good idea. If you have any questions about this video or any other videos, as I said in my previous video, please subscribe to the channel first and then write your question, because I filter all my comments through current subscribers. I would like to be able to answer every question, but I get so many questions. I get literally hundreds and hundreds of questions per week. So if you're a subscriber, you're a priority to me. You're helping me, so I want to make sure I'm able to help you. So just make sure you subscribe and then ask any questions you want to ask, and I'll do my best to answer the question as accurately and as honestly as I can. So guys, I really appreciate each and every one of my viewers and everyone that takes the time to leave a comment. Although I can't answer every comment, I will definitely try my best to give you the best answers on people who subscribe. So guys, have a great day and have a great week.